y'all, it's Leah. Welcome back to my series on creating an ideas book full of templates for junk journal elements that we can use to reference to make different pieces in future journals. Today's project is going to be this multi-pocket flip. So as you can see, we have just a little belly band on the front. When you slide this out, you do have a little notch here. And then when we open this up, we have two pockets. Plus we have our pockets on the sides, and then depending on how we glue this into our journal, we can glue on three sides and either make a pocket at the top or a pocket on the side. This can also be a standalone project. This would be fun to send somebody for Happy Mail if you decorate it up a little bit, put in some fun little things. Could even work as like a card for somebody. You could, like, you know, if it's a birthday or something or holiday, if you want to pop in like a little gift card or something like that, that would be really fun. So lots of different options for this project. Okay, it's pretty simple. You're just going to start with one piece of paper. I'm going with an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. I used single-sided because everything is going to get glued down. The only time you're going to see white is on the insides of your pockets. So if you don't want to see white there, you could go ahead and use a double-sided paper. But I definitely want to use paper instead of cardstock. I find that when you're folding things and giving really good creases on cardstock, the paper often tends to kind of tear a little bit and have those icky edges, and I don't like that, especially with this kind of project. Sometimes you want the total grunge thing and you don't care if it's ripped and torn and all of that. That works in some journals, but that's not how I want to do it for this one. Cardstock is also going to make it a lot bulkier, and so if you like a more streamlined journal, you don't want a gator mouth, then single-sided, just regular paper is going to work a lot better for you. Okay, so you're going to orient your paper this way with the long side vertical and your short side going horizontal. Okay, we are going to first fold the bottom up, and I'm going to go about 1.5 inches on this to give myself a pretty good size pocket. And then I'm going to fold the top part down, and I'm going to have it meet that crease. Okay, and then give that a good press down. Okay, so then we're going to fold this back up, or open that back up, and we're going to fold in half this way. Okay, give that a good crease. Open it back up, and then I am actually not going to open it back up. I'm going to leave it like this, and I'm going to do my little cut. Now you can just cut straight down that line, but when I'm doing pockets like this that are going to fold, I like to give kind of like a little V notch into there so that when you fold it in half, the edges of the pockets aren't touching. And so it just folds, it closes up a lot better. So the way that I do that is I start from the bottom, and I'm just bringing my scissors in a little bit from the edge, and then I'm going at a diagonal until I meet that point. So then when you open it up, you've got that V, and then when you fold them up, now you've got, when they fold together, those page edges are not hitting each other. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, and we need this folded down because that's going to make our side pockets. Then we're going to glue our pockets up just on those two sides. Okay, and then glue the side. Flip that up. Okay. And then go ahead, this is where I definitely want to bring in a bone folder and just give it a really good crease on there. Okay, so now we're going to make our notches. You can use a circle punch. I happen to have an oval punch that I like. It just gives a nice kind of wider opening that I like. And so you're just sort of bringing it in. I like to look at the sides to kind of see that I'm even. And then I just bring just the ever so slight little notch. And it always pops up and hits me. Okay. You can go as deep with your notches as you prefer. It's totally up to you. Okay. And then you're just going to decorate it however you want. So like I said, for this one, I just used a strip of paper and I glued on some little pieces of lace and then some little stamps that I had that were little die cuts. You don't have to do a belly band. You can just do, you know, however you want to decorate. Put clusters on the front, put some lace on it, whatever you want. Totally depends on usually what paper you're using and kind of what you're doing in your journal. And then on the insides, you can decorate as desired. So I just did a strip of paper here just to make a little extra. You could even add like a full little strip here and make it an extra little pocket if you just glued it on 3 sides. So that's up to you, however you want to do that. All right, let's go ahead and look at our directions and then get this glued into our book. So we're starting with a single-sided piece of paper. We're gonna fold, and actually I need to put notes. So short side up because I did try to record this video and before and folded it in the wrong direction. And I was like, nope, can't do it that way. So make sure your short side is facing up. Then you're gonna fold that bottom up 1 to 2 inches. It depends on how wide you want that pocket to be. And then you're gonna fold your top down to meet that bottom fold that you just created. And then open it up, fold it in half, and then trim your tiny little diagonal slice in the crease of that bottom flap. Go ahead and fold that top part back down and then glue the sides of the bottom up to make your little pockets, and then fold the whole thing in half, add your thumb notches, and then decorate as desired. All right, let's grab our journal, figure out where we're gonna put this in it. I think I can probably go on a smaller page for this. Yeah, let's do this one, because I'm gonna show that this can be a pocket. I just glue that, and I'm gonna slide my directions back there, and then I'll put my name on the front. All right, so that is our multi-pocket flip. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you make one. Please leave me comments. I love that. And I will see you next time. Happy crafting. Bye.